Today I'm going to show you how to play on Grand Ulzaar. First of all, what is Grand Ulzaar? So it's a map that is used in clanning. I wouldn't say a lot, but is there. You know about it. If you do clanning, you know what Ulzaar is. And it's a sword fighting map where it's not really about kills. It's not about kills. It's more about positioning and your awareness, and just playing properly with your team. How fast you move between all of these points, how fast you move around the map. Right, that's what this map is about. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be explaining is the main points or locations. So the points are really easy to understand. This is purple for an obvious reason, because the color on the building is purple. So this is purple, right, over here. This over here this here is blue, right? This is blue pad, and what we call this over here, the area beside blue, this big tower, is we call this big blue. This over here, big blue, right? This tower here is called big blue, and then of course there is orange, right? There's orange here, then and there's green. And occasionally I hear sometimes people calling this red. You might hear it sometime, and just so you don't get confused. Basically everything revolves around these 4 points. You'll see most of the people in the game on these 4 points, or 5 points most of the time, because they're just the main points you play on. Try to keep them, and how fast and smart you move between these points is basically decides who actually wins, who wins the fight, who wins the game. So just be smart. This map is about being smart and knowing what you're doing. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is camera and awareness. This is probably one of the most important things. Basically, never be zoomed in. Never be zoomed in like this, so close to your character. Even this is still bad. This is still bad. When you're not fighting anyone, this is horrible. You should never be playing like this. Just don't be zoomed in. Don't be zoomed in. Like ever. Unless you're engaging in a fight. Then you can zoom in to focus on it. But like I said, it's still good to be zoomed out, so you see everything. When you're zoomed out, you see everything. You see the spawns. Explain everything later. If you're zoomed in and you're just walking around, not fighting anyone, not engaging in anything, you're just basically asking to get dropped on. For example, if you're walking here and you're like this, it's so easy from here to drop on you. That's the easiest thing. You don't even realize it, and then you're dead at the same second. You don't realize it and you're dead. So yeah, always be zoomed out. It's also really important when you have the totem. When you have the totem, right? Let's say we're over here holding orange. You have the totem and you're playing like this. You're absolutely rubbish. You're horrible, and I don't want to know you. You always look how much you see when you're zoomed out, right? This one you want to see. You basically see half of the map when you're zoomed out. If you're zoomed in, good players will always pad above you and pad at you to get from blue, from green. They will always pad at you to get an instant kill and drop on you if you're unaware. So always be zoomed out. A good example for this is when you're over here, when you're orange, you're climbing orange, right? Climbing orange, you're here. You're going up this ladder. You should always be looking at the green pad. Always, 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 always. Because look, you're here, right? You're not. You don't care about green. You're just walking on. Boom, 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 boom. People from the green pad can just pad at you and kill you like this if you're not paying attention. But actually, if you see, you can bait them. You can do anything. You can go over here and fight here. You can get up the ladder quick enough. Oh, no. Yo! Right. You can do all of these things if you're aware. You should be always looking at the green pad. If you're, oh my god, if you're not aware, people pad from green to orange basically all the time, most of the game. And if you're not aware, they're just gonna wipe your ass. You know, they're just gonna wipe your whole team or whoever is here if you're not aware. Um, Another really important thing, this map is not. Um, this map doesn't focus on kills basically. This map focuses. This game isn't about kills. If you're running around chasing kills, you're just gonna mess up the team and basically die more and annoy your whole team as well. And no one likes people like that. No one. You should be playing mechanically. You should be holding points. For example, if we if the totem is at orange, right? I'm gonna try to hold green so no one can pad from green to orange because I'm holding it. And the same with blue. The totem's at orange, so I'm just guarding this and trying to keep it clear so no one can pad over. Or over here. I'm trying to fight here. The totem's over here beside the pad. I'm trying to fight over here, right? You know, boom, boom, boom. Just to basically protect the totem at all costs. You should be holding sides, rotating properly when the leader tells you, and helping your team. Because if you're just playing for kills, you're playing this game wrong, and fuck you. Sewers. Sewers are main. So these sewers are mainly used when your team is struggling with the totem. The main, the main one. I call this the main sewer. It's near the fountain. Under the fountain is like a. It acts like a reset spot. If you're struggling to hold sides, you bring the totem into the sewers on this side under the fountain and hold it there. And and then when the floodgates open and the water rises, everyone dies in the sewer on purpose. And that just basically resets the totem and gives your team a fresh start. Also in sewers and basically everywhere else, the terrain matters a lot. Oh, well, in sewers and everywhere else, terrain matters a lot. You should never be fighting above the wedge here. You see this wedge? You should never be. Don't be fighting here. This is just pointless. It's basically dumb. Don't be fighting here. You should, if, because if you're under it, you have the advantage. Because if they push you, you see their sword is going to be above your head, but you're already going to be hitting them. See, they're pushing you, boom, boom. And if they push you, you should just S hold, abuse the S hold, hold the S, boom, boom, and you're gonna kill them most of the time. And then just control the fight from there. There is also another sewer between purple and green. Between these, it's under here, you know. But honestly, I don't really use it. If you're going this way at all, just honestly just go to purple instead. If you fall into the sewer, try to go to purple instead, because this is just a useless side kind of above the ground, and just rotate to purple. Right, so the next thing is movement and the rotations. So movement is really important on this map, as you may already know. You should basically be never walking normally anywhere. Always use the pads, always use the pads. A thing I see a lot of people do is walk to the totem. Look how slow this is. Look how slow this is. Right, what you can easily do, get in here. Right, get up, get up. Instead of walking, you can just do this and drop on totem, and you have it. Instead of walking, never walk, bro. It's actually such a bad idea. Never walk normally anywhere. And always use the pads. Another thing is you don't always have to go up the right way. For example, over here, you don't have to go over here and up the barrels, up the window, like this. You don't have to do this because this might be a bit slow. So what I do is I just go here from the windows, and that's how I do it. And it's just way faster. Oh. And what also I do sometimes, if the totem is here, for example, or someone's about to pad to blue, what I do is I go over here, boom, and kill them, because they're most likely gonna pad into you, and you might have a chance of killing them before they reach over there. That's one thing. Over here, it's really important that if you're going from purple to blue, you don't go like this. You don't ram into the big blue. You don't ram into big blue, but instead you can aim at this palm tree over here, right? And you can go like this, and this is a way better position to be in. And then from here, you can go. You can use the terrain. You can go. Oh, you can go like this. Boom, 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 boom. You can go like this. You can go like this. You can go like this. So there's about 4 different ways of getting up there. And same for orange. I see also a lot of people walking from here all the way to the ladder. I mean, not the ladder, over here, and then jump up. This is useless. Don't do that. What you want to do is one way up is over here. Jump on the bush, get up. You see, way faster than going over. Another way is to go inside of the house, go up through the window, and then enter here. Remember to always look at green. And you can use this anywhere over here as well. If you're, for example, if you're coming from middle, well, I know why would you be at middle, but if you're coming, go like this, boom, boom. Oh, oh shoot. Yeah, the middle area here, alright, where the fountain is, this area is useless in proper games. You should be never going through there. If you're enforcing the blue, for example, if you're reinforcing blue, never walk. Never walk, bro. What are you doing? Why are you walking? Holy shit. Just get up. Right. Get up here. and use the pad 10 times faster. Speed is one of the main things on this map, so if you're fast and unexpected, you're gonna win most of your fights. And that's basically how you win them. It's one of the main things. There are a few spots that you need to be really aware of. One of them I already told you from here, green and pad. Another thing is on the bridge here. When you're walking across the bridge, you need to be really aware if someone's padding from blue at you. Because look, you can easily pad at you from blue. And then you get cleared, right? So check if someone's at blue, try to bait them maybe, or wait, go the other way, you know. So always be ready for this. And same with this purple building. If you're walking across here, if you're trying to get to the purple pad, go up this crate here and on this whatever the purple thing is called. Go up this thing because if you stay on the ground here, someone can pad at you from blue and clear you. Alright, look. Oh, they can clear you, but they cannot reach this area here, so you're safe here, and then you can go up. Boom, 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 boom. So always remember these two areas. Same here. If you're walking across here, be careful. Always someone can pad at you from green. Look, straight at you. Or yeah, that's basically it. Same with this. If you're walking across the green, someone can pad at you from here. Just watch for these things. They're really important. Use the objects beside it to get up to stuff. It's the main thing. This trap is pretty cool. I like using this. This is pretty cool. I'm not sure if I said this, but never walk to the totem. Never, or anywhere. Never just walk. Right? You have the pads. Never walk. It's way faster. I see a lot of people walking from spawn, so don't do that. Always use the pads. You should never be walking back into fights just normally. Like if I'm at purple, I'm not gonna walk all the way here like this. Right? What I can just do, go over here, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this is all I need to do. The only time you want to walk is if your leader tells you. So, for example, if you're getting pushed out, he might tell you to go into spawn. This is my, let's say this is blue, right? And the people that are dying are gonna respawn here and are gonna help me fight the people that are pushing me out. Or when you're rotating a specific way, like orange to blue through the alley over here. That could be when you're walking, because this is taken over there. So you just need to walk sometimes. It happens. But yeah, most of the time you should never walk. So one thing, at least someone taught me is as soon as the game starts, you always want to go for the totem. Everyone goes for the totem at the start of the game. Use the pads, and as soon as you, so when the at the start of the game or when the totem resets, when the totem resets, when the player with the totem dies and no one picks it up for a while, or when someone glitches into the air, it's gonna reset it on the fountain, and everyone should drop on it from the pads, etc. And So a good strat is to rush. So everyone rushes the totem and win the fight over here against everyone. And whoever gets the totem here doesn't fight, just go straight to big blue, right? You go straight to big blue up top, and your teammates should follow you at least. If they don't, then you have shit teammates. This gives you a bit of control early on, and pretty nice lead. But we don't hold big blue for a long time. Most of the time, you want to. Most of the time, we try to hold the more specific points, important points: purple, green, blue, or orange. Then from here, we just see how everything works out, and then we might go blue, right? And from blue later we might go purple. Totem movement. So when you have the totem, you're slower, like way slower. You see how slow I am? To fix that, you just need to move sideways while jumping. You see this? Just hold A or D and spam jump. You see this? You see this? I'm always slower like this. If you walk normally, you slow down again, and people will catch up to you easily. This is one of the most important mechanics in this game. So if you don't do this, you're just gonna get chased down and die. So always use it. Always, always, always. And another thing, if the floodgates are open, yeah, and you have the totem, and you're about to die, just reset the totem. Jump into the water and die. And you're getting pushed from there, you're about to die, right? Just jump into the water. But if you do this, you need to call it out. You need to say something like totem reset, go middle, so your team knows what's happening and everyone rushes middle again because it totem reset. Basically, at the end of the day, this map is just about being aware and playing smart and using terrain. Stay zoomed out always, don't take dumb fights, and always think about positioning. If someone's above you, sometimes you actually might have an advantage if you're slightly lower, especially on small ramps. Just play smart with terrain, right? Some quick tips is spawns in Ulzaar change roughly every 45 seconds, so you should always be aware of that, where your team is spawning, and you should be calling that out. When you see that, you should be calling out. It really helps. So, really recommended, I guess, to turn off the unnecessary things. Usually, all of this is on, right? I usually just turn this all off. To open this menu here, you press M, and from there disable anything you don't really need, so your game feels smoother and cleaner while playing. Another thing is this game does not have auto clicker, so a tip on launch timing is a lot of people might say to watch your enemy's sword for launch timing, but honestly, a lot of good players just watch their own sword. And a big part of launch timing is baiting as well. If you can bait properly, you win the fight. Also, don't spam click. Don't spam click like this. This is useless as well. If you tap once, you can control the swing better. See, tap once in like a rhythm, I guess. And this doesn't launch. This just puts your sword down. And when you actually want to launch, you double click. You see, one click. And when I'm about to fight someone, double click. One click, one click, one click, double click, one click, one click, one click, double click. You know? A lot of people mess this up and don't lunge at all, so be careful with that. You also need to know when to W hold and when to S hold. So timing matters a lot too. If you swing too early or too late, you lose. You want to swing just before your sword reaches them. And lunge timing mostly comes from experience as well. So the more you play, the more natural it gets. So just get used to it, play more.